This is a primetime local news update.
I'm Jasmine King, and this is a primetime local news update. There are 9 new confirmed cases of COVID-19 in the province of Saskatchewan, bringing the total to 104. There was 4 confirmed cases of individuals 19 years old and under. 49 cases are people in the 20 to 44 age range. 33 are individuals in the 45 to 64 range, and 18 cases have been confirmed in the 65 plus range. 2 individuals are currently in ICU. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau announced more help for small and medium businesses to keep their employees on payroll during the COVID-19 pandemic. This includes a 75% wage subsidy and guaranteed interest-free loans. At a time when many businesses are losing money, the government will also guarantee bank loans of up to $40,000 for small businesses, which will be interest-free for the first year. The Lloydminster Region Health Foundation is looking to spread a little appreciation for those on the front lines of the COVID-19 outbreak. The LRHF is looking for cards to be sent to healthcare workers and patients. The LRHF says the community has always shown great support, and that support is more important now than ever. We will be providing the latest updates from our city and both provinces on our Facebook page, and that's it for today's Daily News Update.
We're here for the daily update Friday, March 27, 2020, regarding the COVID-19 situation here in the city of Lloydminster. We have a few questions here from Primetime Local News. Yesterday, the city posted on Facebook about a false report regarding RCMP members reprimanding people as they were driving around the city. Two-part question: how did the city become aware of this, and are these types of misinformation or scams troubling?
Yeah, so the City of Lloydminster, as well as the Lloydminster RCMP, became aware of this situation after receiving complaints from residents. From our standpoint, as well as the RCMP, the spread of information and scams is always troubling, regardless of the situation. We'd like to remind our residents that there's multiple ways to protect yourself from falling victims to this type of spread of information. You have to think, is the source reliable? And if you're unsure whether it's not, or if it is true, don't share it, and make sure to always do your own fact checking.
Question 2, many people across the country, including here in Lloydminster, have been putting hearts in their windows during this difficult time. The city even has a show of heart section on the city's website. Why do you think that's an important way to stay united?
This movement really is a symbolic message to our community. It offers the words of encouragement, the gift cards, the donation. It's a way of supporting each other through this truly troubling and difficult time. City administration prides itself on community, and when we saw the Lloydminster residents embracing this movement, we knew right away it's something that we wanted to be part of and support. We would like to remind everyone there's a graphic available for download on the city's website, and it was also in yesterday's print edition of the Meridian Source. We want to encourage all residents and business owners to join this national movement and display of heart with words of encouragement shown in their windows.
And yesterday we noticed the city updated its official COVID information page. Are there any new resources or information available on the new site?
Yes, so we did. Our website does have a new look as of yesterday. We will be regularly updating the city's COVID-19 information page, and that gets updated on a daily basis. So if you do have any questions, concerns, please always refer to the City of Lloydminster website.
Joining me today is a local Lloydminster hockey player who's playing in Everett, Bryce Kindop. Bryce, thanks for taking the time and joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so you had a quite the junior career up in Everett, sort of year over year, really just building upon your numbers as well as getting the captaincy in your final year. What was that like? Just take me through your whole junior career.
Yeah, obviously, I was in Everett for 4 years there. It kind of went in a blink of an eye. The older guys always said that when I was younger, that it goes by really fast, and I didn't think of that until now. Now that my career is over, so I had a lot of fun playing in Everett. I met a lot of good people. I was lucky to be captain the last year or two, so that was exciting, and yeah, it kind of built me into the person and player that I am. So I'm very thankful I got to play there.
Blazers get back on it with Martin. This pass attempt. Oh, Kindop takes off with it. Kindop's going to cut in here in the breakaway. In, forehand, scores. Puck along the wall, comes free left side. Puck out front, and a score as Kindop wide open. The failure to clear the puck ends up biting.
Now, 39 goals in your second last year and then 40 in your final season. After a jump from 24 goals, what do you attribute that to? Did you change something maybe over the off season, or was it really just getting the confidence in the WHL?
I don't think I changed too much. I think as you get older, you get a little more confident with the puck, and you start to be able to get your old self back, maybe that you used to be in minor hockey. So I work with a lot of good people in the summer. Kyle Tapp does a lot with me on the ice, and he helps a lot. So I think it's just confidence, and once you get older in the league, it gets a lot easier.
Tim's trying to climb back out of a 2-goal hole. Right side, Kindop in front, he scores! And the Silvertips get right to work.
And then for yourself, obviously not the way that anybody wants to end their junior career, not being able to finish the season. But what do you think of this whole scenario and whole situation going on right now?
Yeah, obviously not the way I wanted to end my junior career. We had a really good team in Everett, so we could have went really far. But for the safety of everybody, I think they made the right choice. It's just bizarre times, obviously. Stuck in your house, no sports going on, so but it's for the better of the people and for safety, so you can't really argue with what they're doing.
Well, Bryce, thank you for taking the time and joining me. This was Bryce Kindop.
Thanks for having me.
Furniture set and design supplied by Furniture Gallery and Furniture House, downtown Lloydminster.
All right, I'm very pleased to be joined with Jonathan Dick, a student at the University of Pennsylvania who's now back home in Ontario. And of course, he was told he could not go back to school because of COVID-19. He joins me today. Jonathan, thanks a lot for joining me.
It's no problem. Thank you.
Talk about the initial response in your mind when you got the letter from the school that you guys weren't allowed to come back due to COVID.
I was disappointed, but I kind of knew it was going to happen. Other schools in the Ivy Coalition had notified their students a couple days prior to the cancellation of courses. And so it wasn't a matter of if Penn would shut down, but when. And so I was disappointed when I got the email, but I was ready for that disappointment.
What were you concerned about? Anything else? Mostly you were telling me a little bit off camera that, you know, some other things like some incentives you're a little bit worried about. Is there anything else that may fall into that category?
I mean, I'm a little bit worried about making rent and sort of ensuring that my house, which I'm not able to sort of be at right now in Philly, is, you know, not being misused or whatever within the period that I'm stuck in Canada. So that's something to worry about. And obviously I'm worried about my friends and professors who are still in Philadelphia and are stuck there also. And a lot of them are stuck there alone. So that's something to worry about too.
Talk about your friends and professors. Have you had a chance to chat with any of them and how they're doing and how things are going down there in Philadelphia?
Yeah, I've spoken to some of them also through Zoom and some of them through text. And a lot of them are self-quarantined right now, having just flown back into the States from spring break. Our spring break was extended by about a week. And so people are just getting back into Philadelphia now. So a lot of people are mainly just worried about sort of self-preservation, whether they are free from the COVID scare. But a lot of people are also using this opportunity to rally and unionize. I've had a lot of professors discuss the potential for some sort of action around ensuring that Penn's more precarious workers are continuously employed, even during the COVID strike or the COVID crisis. So those are the things that are sort of going through my friends and my professors' heads right now.
Now, of course, when we talk to some other travelers in the past, we always ask what's been the journey like back home. You know, you didn't fly home, you took a train home. Was there any, did they ask you those same questions when you got off, or was it more kind of low key? Because at that point, it may not have been as serious as now the world is taking this pandemic.
It was definitely somewhat before everyone started taking COVID quite seriously. I came into Canada on the 7th of March, and that was about 3 days before people were really noticing the severity of it. But I took a 14-hour train ride from Philadelphia into Buffalo, and then I crossed the border. And the only question the border guard asked myself and my father was, "Have either of you been to Iran recently?" And when we said no, he let us go. So I think the journey was long and arduous, but I don't think the border guard in particular paid a lot of attention to my father and I as we transited over.
Now, obviously, we know that school's out for indefinite. It's done for the year. But if things continue the way they do you hope to possibly go back heading into the fall?
I expect to return at some point in the fall. I'm assuming that classes, especially for humanists, will begin in person on a smaller scale in the fall, but there's no way to really tell right now. Right now, everything of mine has been moved online, and that's sufficient for the time being, I think.
Well, Jonathan, I really appreciate you taking time to chat with me today and sharing us your experience of from a student's perspective on COVID-19. So thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us for this edition of a Primetime Local News Update.